Hey, welcome back, folks. So today's project, we're out putting spouts and all those new lines that we just put drops on you the last episode. So kind of show you what we're doing here. And basically every year, every tree gets a brand new spout. For us, that means take the tubing, put a spout on the end of that, and the end of the season when we pull taps, that gets cut off. I've got that in a previous episode. At the end of the season, pulling spouts and what that looks like. But right now, today, it's kind of snowing out, putting spouts out. And let me get the camera set down here and I'll show you how that all goes on. So, take my tool, clamp it on there, reach in and find a spout. Getting a little harder because the bag is getting empty. It's a good problem to have, I guess. And then just pop it on there like so. We're using the blue leader check valves. We've been using the leader check valves. We like them. For us, it's more of an insurance policy. If for some reason something goes wrong, a pump shuts down, we get a freeze up, that check valve's gonna stop sap from backing up into the trees and getting them to heal up over sooner. And because really our pumps are running all the time. If the sap's running, our pumps are running. And so for us, it's just an insurance policy. As long as your pumps are running, you should be good. But there's always something that can and will go wrong. Get a bad storm in the middle of the season while things are running, power goes out. Tractor trailer drives off the road and hits a telephone pole, which they seem to have giant magnets that's running in theory, and they run right into them, take them out, and then we lose power while we're trying to boil, while we're trying to collect sap. It's just the way things are. So, insurance policy, well worth the money. This year we went with blue. Normally we go with clear, but this year we went with blue because we wanted something we could see. Maybe next year we'll do a different color. They do have them in green, red, orange, blue, I think yellow, and then of course clear. What we found with the clear ones is if that's hanging out there like that and you're quite a ways away, if it's a clear spout with snow behind it, you can't really tell if that has a spout on it or not. So it makes it hard. You have to trudge all the way over there just to find out it already had a spout. So we went for a color, which is great because even though it's blue with a blue drop, I can still look out across the woods and I can go, yep, that one's got a spout, that's got a spout. I don't have to hike all the way over there to make sure we get them. Today we're using tools from, darn it, I can't think of their names. If I think of the name, I'll let you know. But out in New York, they make a double tubing tool. I think they make some singles, but their doubles are great. They're lightweight, they're compact. This is probably, I'm gonna say 3/4 of the weight, or maybe even half of the weight of your normal traditional red tubing tool for 5/16. And a lot more compact. You can see just how compact that is. And we like them. A lot of people would use a single tool out here to put spouts on, or anything really. I prefer myself to have the tubing tool. It's got a nice long handle on it, gives you lots of leverage. And leverage is a good thing when you're trying to put spouts on or anything on. It just makes everything so much easier, a lot less wear and tear on your hands and your arms trying to push it on with all your might with a tiny little single tool. So that's basically what we're doing out here. We'll go up the line and find some more spouts to put on. Let's walk up the line here and we'll try not to get snow down my back. We'll see what we can find. Oh, here we go. See if I can get, oops, sorry about that. See if we can get you all set up here in the tree. And get that spout put on. Like so. Question of the day, do I have any spouts left? Oh, I do indeed. So you just put it on there, and then just squeeze. That simple. Cut that off, away you go. Whoop. I like how that works. Works pretty good for us. And this being a brand new line, this is the end of our new conductor system. So this is line 409, 4 being the conductor, 9 being line 9 on this system. And this is one of its 4 Ys on it. So we got 409A, B, C, and D. And we're thinking, since we found so many trees in here, this might be pushing 400 taps. And since I am rapidly running out here of my bag of 100, everybody, we got 4 of us out here today, everybody's got a bag of 100. We'll see how much we got left over. We're almost done with this Y, and we got 1 more left to do. The other 2 crew members are down on the next one, so we got 1 more after that. And we'll find out. We'll go count up our spouts, what we got left, and they'll tell us how many we got out in here in the woods. And that helps us get our tally. Our tally for, just so we know, for our sake, how many taps we got out here in the woods. And so we can better calculate how much syrup we made, which means we can calculate into how many pounds of syrup per tap we had. And we can get that more accurately if we know how many taps we have out in the woods. And then we also need that count because we're on leased land and we pay by the tap. So we need that for an accurate count for the landowner, so we can pay them the amount that they're due for letting us tap their trees over here. So stay tuned. I'm sure we'll have more here. If we don't have more today, we'll have more on the next project, which will be coming up probably sometime tomorrow. I'll work on something. I think we got some pipe that needs to be rerun or something along those lines. So stay tuned. Gloves do not work on cameras. So the other thing I wanted to mention was that when we are putting spouts out, we try to make sure everybody takes their time, slows down, look at every tree. When you're working with a partner, make sure that they are seeing the trees as well, so that if they miss one, you get it. If you miss one, they get it, something along those lines, so that you don't miss any. Because ideally, you don't want to have to keep coming back out here to fix things. Now, any one of us, when we're out tapping, we only carry a few spouts on us, and I'm talking like a handful. You know, we might have maybe 20 on each person. And when we're out here tapping, we don't want to have to stop tapping because we ran out of spare spouts because we missed that many in the woods the first go around. It just makes it that much harder. So then we gotta either stop or leave them, come back and get them another time when we're walking leaks. And that's just a pain. So we try to make sure we get them all first go around. Yeah, so that's basically putting spouts out in a nutshell. Make sure you get them all first pass. You do miss the occasional, but sometimes you actually get it right. It does happen. Not often, but it does happen. So that way you don't miss anything. And important thing is make sure you have fun out here. And when you get underneath softwood trees or something, make sure you don't dump too much snow down your back. It's pretty cold. And watch out for trees. I look like I got in a fight. I got smashed my knuckle on a door yesterday actually, hauling packages of syrup out. Had a box in my hand and I came around a corner and smashed right into the door with the end of the door because the door was open. With my knuckle, skinned that up pretty good. And then like a day or two before, a tree came up and slapped me right across the mouth and split my lip. So yeah, I'm not out here fist fighting anybody or moose or anything like that. I'm just getting racked up by trees. So speaking of trees, you got good sugar maker material if they can come out here, work in the woods, and get slapped in the face all day long, get their ears clipped by branches when it's 20 degrees out or whatever, and they still want to come back out here and do it again. So that's what my father said that at one point. He says, that's a good quality to have. You get a new person, at least hit them upside the face or upside the head with a stick, just to make sure that they can tolerate being out in the woods. I don't actually do that. I just put them in the woods, see how well they do. Most people are pretty good. And most of this brush you're seeing around me, at some point, maybe, if we ever get time, we'll get cut out of here. So it's easier walking, all except the maple. We'll cut everything else out but the maple. Everything else is just a weed. It's like my big farm. It's all maple, and then we got all these weeds growing up in it. But anywho, off we go. Got more spouts to put out, and I need to stop yakking and kind of get to work. So that's all for now. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Well, we finished running spouts. We're on the end of the line. You can see where it comes in there into the conductor. Pump house is right in front of me.
178. Woo!
How many spouts do we have left over?
22.
22 out of 400 or 399 spouts.
Oh, 399.
So,
Plus
one in the ground. Oh, that's why you said 399.
Yep, 399. So out of 399, we had 22 left over. What's that give us for a total?
277.
377.
I mean, 377.
377 spouts. That's our biggest line so far. And we ain't done yet. We still got at least 2 more rolls worth of pipe or tubing to run on it. Maybe even 3. So we're going to be pushing 400 spouts on this line by the time we're done. Oh, catch you next time.
Okay.